Keep it going for Sid Story. Sid Story, come on up. It's 2002. I am 24 years old, and I'm living in Los Angeles looking for true love, which is the wrong town to be doing it in. But I know it exists because I've seen every single Nora Ephron film ever made. One day, I am headed to the store, and I hear this prophetic voice in my mind, and it informs me that I am going to meet the one on the street. Now, I want to believe what this voice has told me so much that it begins to dictate my life. Say I'm out at a bar and I exchange glances with a cute guy. I won't engage because we wouldn't have met on the street. It gets to be so bad, one of my friends sets me up on a blind date, and I call the guy beforehand, and I say, if it's okay with you, I'd like to meet you on the street. But he isn't the right one either because technically we met on the phone. So a short time passes, and it's a beautiful summer day in the middle of February. The smog is just right. And I'm out riding my bike. I have this really sweet yellow bike I call Yellow Bike. And the area that I live in Los Angeles, it's this cute little arty pocket called Silver Lake. And in the center, there's this giant man-made lake. And there's this 2-lane street that circles 2 miles around it. So I'm out there biking, and I'm staring at the pavement in front of me, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder when I'm going to meet the one. I wonder when I'm going to meet the one. I wonder when I'm going to meet the one so I can finally shut my mind up about when I am going to meet the one. And at this instant, I perk my head up, and there, running towards me on the opposite side of the street, I see him. This absolutely gorgeous man. I mean, if Michelangelo's David could run, he would be this guy. And he's staring directly at me. Our eyes catch, and our heads pan as we pass one another. It is the single most cinematic moment I have ever experienced in my life, and I work in film. So I continue biking my direction, and he continues running his direction, and about 7 minutes later, we pass each other again on the opposite side of the reservoir. Now this time I get a better look. He's got curly black hair, and it's hidden beneath this red bandana, and he's wearing these orange cargo shorts, and he has a goatee, and I think, But the most unique thing about him is his running style. I mean, I've never seen anybody run quite this way. He leaps through the air like an antelope. It is so majestic. Well, I turn my bike around because I want to do some impressing of my own, and I race up past him, and I turn down this short, gravelly street called Tesla Avenue. At the end of Tesla Avenue, I see a giant red octagonal sign, and in the center, it says, "Stop," real big. Turn my bike around. The runner's coming up the street. Here is the man that I'm going to fall in love with. I'm going to marry. I'm going to have kids with. We're going to vote Democrat together and live happily ever after. And as he nears, I hear him say, "Oh my God." Just like that, as if he can't believe that this is happening to him either. And I look at him, and I say, "Hi." And I continue to bike down Tesla Avenue, thinking that we're going to meet up again on the other side of the reservoir. Only when I get there, he isn't. I continue to search for the next hour. I don't see him. And I figure it's fine. I'll just come out tomorrow at the exact same time and we'll bump into each other then. Well, tomorrow comes and goes. I don't see him. Days, weeks, months. I'm out there 2, sometimes 3 times a day. I mean, I do everything short of put up flyers like I'm searching for my missing cat. And you have to remember, this is before misconnections on Craigslist. I mean, Friendster wasn't a thing yet. I was still using dial-up that I received on a disc I got in the mail. These were dark days. For years, I kicked myself. All I had to do was apply pressure to the brakes. I mean, Yellow Bike has 2 of them. Well, eventually, I decided that maybe the street doesn't mean the literal street. Maybe it means the path of life. Well, as a result of all of that biking, I actually wind up going on quite a few dates. And I meet some really great guys and have some romance. But with the exception of one incredible, wonderful person who has shown me that true love is possible even when you meet in an office building here in New York City, I would trade all the others in like used cars for an extra moment with the one on the street. If nothing else, so I could at least find out his name, so I could stalk him on Facebook. Thanks.